All right, beautiful bosses, welcome to day 6. And let me make sure over here on TikTok, my screen isn't being mirrored. There we go. Okay, so tonight I really just want to keep it light from the understanding of just leveling up. And I want what I'm going to do tonight, it's not going to be long, but I want to go into what I want you to realize what's going to be happening to you as you're making this transition, right? So as you're transitioning, it doesn't matter what you're transitioning to. When you're leveling up, you'll find yourself at a point in your life where you're making a decision on what you can do to move yourself forward, but also putting yourself in position so you can move forward. But then you are straining in the essence of, oh my gosh, this is a lot of energy, mentally, physically, financially. I am putting a lot towards this new me that I am becoming. And so, even making that shift of becoming an investor, right? You mentally have to put yourself in position so you can win. And I want you to realize that the battle that you're having with your new self and your old self is what's happening right now. And it's clashing because your old self wants to be comfortable. Your old self like the way things are, right? It ain't trying to switch anything up. It want to stay where it's at. But your new self is like, no, I cannot allow this to be where I want to be. I got to get this done. And there is a fight with yourself that constantly will continue to happen. And I'm going to give you some helpful tips tonight so that you can recognize that, okay, this is where I am. And you are going to be able to pull yourself out and stop thinking that you're not good enough. See, the imposter syndrome happens when we are looking at the situation we're in now and we see where we want to be, but it feels like it is an uphill battle, right? And when you are presenting yourself, when you're doing the things because you're acting or being in that place where you see yourself, your old self is like, girl, this ain't real. That ain't where you're at. Stop playing, right? That's an imposter syndrome. So the reason why that is happening is because you're looking at the circumstances versus where you're looking ahead to. And so as an investor, right, you're making that shift. This is still real estate. It don't matter how you look at it, it doesn't matter. This happens in life. You got to be ready to level up. You have to be ready. So how are you going to level up? Right? You got to understand where you are and where you're going. You already know that. You already know that. You know where you're headed, right? You're putting things in place to get where you want to get to. But now I want you to also look at it from the lens looking outwards. And so these 4 ways I want you to realize, these 4 levels is part of you being able to level up. Who's ready to level up? Type level up if you're ready to level up. If you are ready to level up, type level up, right? Because it's time. It's time to make the change. If you do not make the change today, I promise you it's going to cost you more tomorrow. So go ahead and do what's necessary now. Why wait? Why wait? Who are you hurting? Yourself. You're hurting your wealth. You're hurting everything that's supposed to come to you. That's what you're missing out on. So it's time for you to level up. And so I'm going to give you these 4 levels that you're going to go through, right? These are 4 levels that you're going to go through no matter where you are in your journey. And so I want you to realize from these 4 levels, you're going to recognize, oh, okay, this is where I'm at. This is why it feels like it's straining me to have to do this. This is why I feel the way that I feel, right? And so when you recognize that, now you can start putting yourself in position to make sure that you understand where you at, and it's going to allow for you to really push forward quickly. Let me say that again. It's going to allow for you to push forward quickly and not give up. All right? I promise you, this is how you level up. And when you continue to understand this, you are going to be able to level up so quickly. I promise you, you are going to be able to level up so quickly from this. All right. So I'm about to bring, so let me pull this up because I want you guys to really understand. Trying to find my, where is it at? I'm pulling it up. If y'all ready to level up, type level up. It's time. It's time. We can't be sitting out here waiting on nobody, right? We got to make things happen. When you make things happen, you see things happen. You do the things that matter, and that makes stuff happen. I'm telling you. This right here, when I tell you with just leveling up itself, I'm trying to find my daggone. Oh, it's in Canva. Let me go to Canva. Yes, I like to sing. Y'all. So I'm pulling it up over here, TikTok. I'm sorry, y'all ain't going to be able to see it over here. I'm pulling it up on my screen so I can be able to share it, because when you understand that this is how it plays into you being able to level up, you're going to be like, oh, that makes sense. I promise you, you're going to be like, okay, that's why I feel this way. That's why I am acting the way I'm acting. So here's the thing. I'm about to bring y'all a definition, okay? Y'all can look this up for yourself, but it's called cognitive dissonance. If you ever heard of this, type of one in the chat if you ever heard of cognitive dissonance. Right? Have you ever heard of cognitive dissonance? All right. So basically what it is when you feel discomfort, right, in holding conflicting beliefs, values, or engaging in behavior contradicting to one's own belief. So remember, I just told you, is your old self fighting against your new self. It's a belief fight against a belief. That's all it is. A belief against, we're going to put versus because that's too long. We ain't putting all that. Versus belief. So this is the old and this is the new. Y'all know that's in the Bible. Be conformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So you know what is good and what is the good will of God, right? The old self is fighting with your new self. So we realize that, right? We got the definition on that. So you feel that discomfort. You feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm all over the place. You're defensive, right? You feel guilty. You feel shame. You feel like an imposter. You're rationalizing your old self so that you won't feel bad about your new self, about not transitioning to your new self. Excuse me. So we got to break this, right? We have to break this. And so here is how I want you to understand how you're going to really break free and level up. So I had to give you the definition first. That's real. That's psychology. Y'all can look that up. That is real life. Your mind is being your new self, your new beliefs, your new direction in life is fighting against your old beliefs and everything that you have been doing. You're looking to break free. So the first thing that got to happen, and I'm going to break it down like this. The first thing you're going to have to do is understand this is where you're at, right? In that journey, as you're leveling up. The first thing is going to be oh my God, I can't believe I'm hold on, y'all. Let me bring it up. Let me close this out. So your first level up is your learn mode, right? This is your uncomfortable ability where you are learning and you're not able to do it. I know what it is. Sorry, y'all. You are conscious incompetent. Oh, Jesus, I jacked that up. You're conscious incompetent, which means is you are conscious of your limiting beliefs, of your lack, of the things that do not allow for you to be who you want to be. You recognize it, right? You have literally recognized that I am in this situation. I have done all these things in the past and I don't know what I don't know. I now realize what I don't know. That's what this means. And oftentimes we get stuck right here because we say, you know what? I don't know that. I can't find the time to learn it. Or you get an attitude because you just not getting it. This is why. Because it's conscience incompetent. So how you level up from this level to get to number 2, which is now you're conscious competent, right? Because during this stage to get from 1 to 2 in your level up stage, this is your learning mode. Man, if y'all ever been in school and if you ever been in school and you know you had to get tutoring or it just was not clicking for you, right? You get that it's not clicking for you. But what's going to make the difference from 1 to 2 is you willing to fight through it to learn it. You fighting through it to learn it is going to allow for you to push through. That's how you get to level 2. Oftentimes we get stuck at level 1 because we just give up. A lot of people just stop right here. It's too hard. It takes too much time. I just can't get it. I'm too old. I'm too young. This is why they're not willing to learn more. They're not willing to apply, right? Which is the next stage where you become unconscious, incompetent. Because now you're at the stage where you're moving, you're getting it, but there's still some holes missing. You're still like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm moving, right? This is the doing. This is the doing stage. That's how you move from 2 to 3. You got to be doing it. And the more you do it, you're going to notice that the holes are there, right? You noticing, oh, okay, I'm doing it, but oh man, I got to learn this now. Oh, I'm doing it. Oh, I need to learn a little bit more about how to do financial statements. Oh, you know what? I was good at this, but now I need to learn more about carpentry. Oh, I'm good at this, but now I need to learn how to market. Oh, I'm doing. This is where, right here, you're probably going to get about, let's say we're going to be nice, 80% fall off right here. 80%. 80% will not make it to conscious competent. Where, okay, I got the steps. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm learning it, right? I'm conscious. And then as you're doing it, it becomes second nature, but you're going to pick up on things that you're not able to do. That's when you feel the holes. You want to make sure you're doing, because this is the best way to learn, doing. Because now, after you are doing it and you're doing it repeatedly, right? This is like learning a skill. It's learning a skill. And as you do that, that's how you get to the mastery stage. Now, I don't know if you heard it before, but on the mastery stage, that means you're doing it so many times and so many reps that now you done mastered it. And guess what? It becomes second nature. Unconscious competent. So the things that may have tripped you up here, or the things that may have like, oh, okay, now let me learn that. Now let me learn that. Now it becomes second nature. Now you're able to say, oh, I remember I did that. Oh, yeah, I can go back to this. Oh, that's related to that. And you're going to be able to autonomously do what you want to do. When you realize where you are and what stage you're in, instead of mode, let's put stage. This is how you level up. 19% are right here. Willing to do the work. Are you willing to do the work to level up? It doesn't matter how long it takes you. This ain't a competition. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's starting point is different. You don't ever judge yourself. You don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. Never do that. Because this ain't about nobody. This is about you. So if you're leveling up, now in order to get to this mastery stage, they say it takes 10,000 hours. How long is 10,000 hours in days? 416 days. That's like 1.5 years. So just imagine you're doing one property a quarter, which is 4 a year, right? Let me get in camera for it. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me come over this just a little bit right there. Y'all good? Okay. If you're doing one property a quarter, you're going to learn, of course, we know real estate, you're going to continuously learning, but you're going to be learning this skill to the point where it's second nature. On day one, what did I tell you guys to do? I gave you a challenge. I said, take 15 to 30 minutes a day and find properties. The next day, I gave you the formula to find profitable properties. Because I want you to level up. Because right now, if you never bought a property before, and even if you have a property and you never done investing before, you're sitting right here. So if you're sitting and you're understanding, okay, I understand where I fall short. It's time to learn so that you can become competent enough to realize what you're doing. And as you continuously do it, now you're unconscious and competent because now you're just doing it. You know how to do it, but you're finding out those holes. And as you're doing it, right, you're going to become a master after a while. So these 10,000 hours, 416 days, you can do that. So the IRS says that to be qualified as a real estate professional, which allows for you to be able to do tax deductions, you have to mainly be doing real estate. I'm going to say that again. To qualify as a real estate professional so that you can be able to have tax deductions, that has to be the main thing that you're doing. What did I just say? You could be doing every single day. Looking for properties. Every day. Because I need you to understand, in order to build a profitable portfolio, you have to get to a mastery level where you're able to get a deal like this. Because you understand how to find a deal. What's going to give you the best bang for your buck? What's going to put you to another level, right? Because we are here to level up. But if we're not doing the work to level up, how in the world are we ever going to become unconsciously competent, which means that we can be able to do this over and over again and make money on demand? There's so many different ways that you can do real estate and make money. But we're not here to make money. Yes, we are. Let me rephrase that. We're here to make money, but also build wealth. Yeah, let me correct myself, okay? We're here to do both. So real estate will allow for you to really be able to build income today and wealth tomorrow. But we have to get our mindset to a place where we're thinking like an investor. But if you're not putting yourself in the position to learn how to do it, you're going to be stuck right here. This is where the fight happens, right? This is where you're going to really be button heads with yourself. You're going to be button heads with yourself. So when you realize that, right, you're realizing, oh, okay, well, I need to change some things up. I need to make sure what I'm doing, I'm able to maneuver a little bit better than how I'm doing. I need to be able to see money opportunities. But that's going to take you willing to learn to do it. That's how you level up. This is literally how you level up. From learning to doing to mastery. 10 hours, this is just baseline, because even then you may be right here. 10 hours in, 10,000 hours in, you may still be right here. Who cares? Who cares? The fact that you're leveling up is all that matters. Are you willing to level up? Are you willing? Some people will say, no, I'm good. I'm good right where I'm at. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Some of you may say, oh yeah, I'm gonna level up. I got my own way. I got my strategy how I'm doing it. And you're going to do it on your own. More power to you. But those that know that they can cut this curve, this learning curve, are going to say, Tashana, how can I level up? I'm ready. Because when you understand this, now you're taking it off of yourself. It no longer matters about your feelings, because you're going to understand, okay, I'm just going through this because I'm leveling up. I feel like I know that I'm at this stage right now. Now I need to just keep doing while I'm learning so I can master this thing. Because after you master it, like I said, you can make money like this. But you got to get yourself in position to actually level up. Think about it. If you're not putting new things in your mind and learning new things, how are you leveling up? You're not feeding yourself nothing new. How are you leveling up? There's no way that you can stay here and understand, like, How can you sit right here and say, you know what, whatever, I'm going to figure it out myself? And let's say you learn it the wrong way, or you learn it a little pieces of it and you think that's enough, and you bit and piecing and you piecing it together. Why? Why, when you can cut your learning curve and become conscious competent to the place where you can do it so you can master it? Because if you understand your areas that you feel like you're missing spots at, then you can be able to say, okay, I need to learn this. And you adding that on, now you're building skill sets. Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. And so I want you to realize, when you're putting yourself in position to level up, learn something new, do something different, take a risk on yourself, believe in yourself enough to know that one day you will master it. That's what you got to get to. Now, if you're ready to level up in real estate, get your butt in that 100K Payday Bootcamp. And I'm going to show you how you can really level up in terms of your finances, your mindset, because I'm going to push you. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to push you because you need it. You need it. Somebody got to give you that tough love. Somebody got to give it to you. Sorry, guys, I didn't know it was backwards. Somebody has to give you that tough love. We all need to be loved on. We beat on ourselves all the time. But you got to be willing to learn to be able to put yourself in position so you can become the 1%. The 1% that's willing to fight through and become unconsciously competent, where you're doing it without even thinking about it. So that's how you level up, you guys. Now, during this time, I really want you to level up. But if you're ready to take your journey to the next level, then join the 100K Payday at TashanaNicole.com. All right? I'll see you tomorrow.